I never thought my story would be worth telling, but now, looking back, I see how every moment led to a miracle. It was a day like any other in Jerusalem. The air was crisp, filled with the scent of hope. The streets came alive with the bustle of the morning, merchants calling out their wares, children laughing, the distant bleating of sacrificial lambs.
Your kindness speaks louder than words, priest.
Those words, they stayed with me. Little did I know how true they would become. The temple was my second home. Every corner held a memory, a prayer, a hope.
Elizabeth and I, we've prayed for so long, but still no child.
The pain in my voice, I can still hear it. The longing that filled our home. Our love was strong, but there was always an empty space. A cradle never filled, laughter never heard.
Zechariah, you've been chosen to offer incense in the sanctuary.
As I prepared to enter, a strange feeling washed over me, like standing on the edge of a great precipice. As I reached for the door, the air seemed to shimmer, like the veil between worlds was growing thin. In that moment, standing before those ancient doors, I felt the weight of generations of prayers. Little did I know, my own prayer was about to be answered in the most extraordinary way. As I stepped into the sanctuary, I felt as if I was stepping into another world entirely. The air seemed to shimmer with possibility. I remember thinking, surely this can't be real. Perhaps the incense has addled my mind. The scent of it still lingered, earthy and divine all at once. My doubts, they clouded around me like mist. Am I worthy to be here? Will God truly answer our prayers? What if I fail in my duty? And then everything changed. A light brighter than 1,000 suns, yet it didn't hurt to look at.
Do not be afraid, Zachariah. Your prayer has been heard. Your wife Elizabeth will bear you a son, and you are to call him John.
How can I be sure of this? I am an old man and my wife is well along in years.
I am Gabriel. I stand in the presence of God, and I have been sent to speak to you and to tell you this good news. And now you will be silent and not able to speak until the day this happens, because you did not believe my words, which will come true at their appointed time.
In that moment of silence, I understood. Sometimes we must lose our voice to truly hear. And while my world was being turned upside down, Elizabeth, she was tending her garden, unaware that her deepest wish was about to bloom. As the vision faded and the familiar stones of the sanctuary returned, I was changed, forever changed. As I turned to leave, I felt lighter, as if I had shed an old skin and was newborn. The world beyond those sanctuary doors, it was the same, and yet everything had changed.
Zachariah, what happened in there? Are you all right?
Yes, I wanted to shout. No, I wanted to cry. I was more than all right, yet I was lost. Days turned to weeks, weeks to months. The silence, it became a part of me.
How can he serve if he cannot speak? Perhaps it's time for him to step down.
The silence, it never felt heavier than in that moment. That night, in the emptiness of the temple, I faced my darkest fears. My doubts, they grew like thorny vines, threatening to choke out the last embers of my faith. And then, a moment of clarity, like a shaft of moonlight piercing the darkness. I realized my silence had taught me to listen, to the whispers of nature, to the unspoken needs of others, to the quiet voice of faith in my heart. In the silence, I found a new way to serve. My actions became my voice, my devotion, my song. In that embrace, I found my voice again, not in words, but in the beating of our hearts, in sync with the rhythm of creation itself. As Elizabeth's time drew near, the air itself seemed to hum with anticipation. Our miracle was about to be born. And then, he was here, our son, our John. In that moment, as I held him for the first time, I felt my voice returning, like a river breaking through a dam. The day of John's birth, it was like the world itself held its breath in anticipation. And then, there he was, our miracle, our John. His cry, it was like music breaking my months of silence. In those silent months, I learned to truly see, to notice the little things, the way John's eyes crinkled when he laughed, the gentle way Elizabeth hummed as she rocked him to sleep.
His name is John.
But none of your relatives has that name.
In that moment, I felt in that moment,
His name is John. Praise be to the Lord, the God of Israel, because he has come to his people and redeemed them. And you, my child, will be called a prophet of the Most High, for you will go on before the Lord to prepare the way for him.
The years that followed, they passed like a dream, each day a new wonder as we watched John grow.
He's special, isn't he? More than we could have ever imagined.
Indeed, it's as if he's not entirely of this world. My son, the path ahead of you is greater than any of us can imagine.
I'm ready, Father. I can feel it, calling to me.
Remember, John, your voice will be powerful, but never forget the importance of silence, of listening.
Our miracle child, the voice crying in the wilderness, his journey was just beginning, and with it the hope for all mankind. And so, dear friends, that is the story of how silence gave birth to the most powerful voice of a generation. A reminder that sometimes we must lose our voice to truly find it. May we all have the courage to listen in our moments of silence and the wisdom to speak when the time is right.